attack them. Now, what am I talking about?
You figure that out yourself. Well, you don't have to talk about what might be happening. What is happening is that the game will be starting. BarbieLand on the defense as well. Anyone who did catch some of the game yesterday might have seen some cringe holes coming out. However, seeing as SDK lost that game, it can't be that good. So we're not seeing any cringe holes on first right now. Everyone holding back behind the point as you would mostly expect the team to be positioned at. Gun in the doorway. You see the engineers put it anywhere in that general area, but everyone puts it somewhere slightly different. All that matters is that you get like hopefully a bit more than a minute out of this point you'd like to see. Hard to actually do that a lot of the time, but mostly because you want to get back alive to second at a point you really can hold much better than this one. Just got to cut the point losses early here oftentimes. We'll see if they can maybe get some extra credit on the way though.
Yeah, but I really like doing kind of a strange hold. I've seen him sentry in a spot that I usually don't play with, but you know, I respect the hustle. Yeah, Feila walking up here, getting the good amount of cap time here, but one by one they're losing player Walker getting headshot down by Buko. Will BarbieLand pull the plug on first? Normally first is a throwaway hold, so it seems like Feila would just be getting this cap here. Not overextend, because that would lead to an even more fatal second hold, because second holds are the most important hold you can do on this map alone.
Alright, well like I said, about a minute is what you expect to see out of this first point, as long as you do intend to leave early. As you said, exactly what's at play here so far. Doesn't mean they don't have a plan from here on, Feila. In fact, coming quickly from tunnel, standard procedure on this team throughout history, but needs to still actually take some space while they're doing any of this, and that's looking a little bit harder right now. No one's really getting any good position out of this just, except for maybe a couple of people behind, but I don't think Pyro is the one you want to see in the backlands, and Raylan can't really get anything of that either, so none of it quite coming together. They have to regroup in the meantime, settle with less for the time being. They don't want to let them. They are picking really aggressively on BarbieLand, but not much coming out of it just yet. In fact, later on Honjo, sure, trades out 1 for 2 there maybe, but look at the spawn times, right? Kanga Aaron Tree about up in a second, and in that time Honjo is barely even halfway through his spawn time, so bit of a rough one there. They might still be able to take some space up top. They're peeking for it already.
Burst of defense. Hell is being withheld by BarbieLand. It's only not long till the Uber is ready on Feila's part. The card is getting some really good cap timers, so a sack wave coming in orange here, getting the drop on Sebastian. That is one medic down, and that is one Uber ready to be used here right by Feila as they are rushing in, mowing down every single enemy they see, and it's going to be a third setup here coming up for BarbieLand.
That's huge. However, late kill onto Layla. Buku snipes in one last time into the point on the way out, and they did not anticipate that one. They were thinking so safe about themselves on that second point. Little did they know one last surprise will catch them there, and there's no advantage now going to the side of Feila. That's going to be really, really big, because I mean, you were feeling it already. That was going to be just instant position taken by the blue team all over the third point, but not harder to do when you don't have the advantage to spare, let alone any heals for another few seconds anyway. BarbieLand can set up a little bit of this one now, and Wiethoofd's a lot harder to hold than second is a lot of the time. Maybe can still wrangle out some good time and positioning out of this one. Not making it easy though, everyone's just bombing in deep already. Look at that, pipes flying in while the soldier lands on their head. Couple that with a stab at the same time, and this defense is getting shredded immediately they get there.
Absolutely shocking, really. Feila's just she's doing really well right about now. Every BarbieLand player in the respawn queue, this is Feila's time to just pushing out, doing an aggressive hold, and not allow any space to be made nor guns to be built on behalf of BarbieLand. They're just coming in here trying to do some cheeky spam. Walker does get headshot down though. That's one extra headshot for Buko, 2 shots down for Buko, 2 kill streak, but an Uber comes in from Feila eSports here. They're trying to spam, trying to get something out of it, but luckily Sebastian being alive responds back with another Uber, bombs in, gets down Xeus red level 2 gun, and it's going to be another hold for BarbieLand, but there's a lot of momentum for Feila to pick up here as Brian gets a headshot on Sammy and Odin. This is absolutely huge.
This is maybe just it as well. Big snipe from Raylan from across the last point. One last ditch effort by the spy. Gets one. Ooh, misses the scout. Gets the sniper. That's some decent kills. They're getting their AGB with the 3k. But the spawns aren't there to support any of it. It's just a heavy up front in the door. Honjo gets past him, but there's so much time on point already. He can't muscle past all of it.
Wow.
And despite the spy's best efforts, none of the rest of the team could help out at all after that initial entry. After Brian blasted this wide open for them. Brilliant stuff by the snipers, and there you go. Good time for Feila. 4-4. You'll love to see it.
Absolutely shocking right there. You know, you know me, man. I'm kind of a BarbieLand fan, and just seeing that happen just now, kind of a shocker. Let's be real here. But, you know, I haven't seen really much of Feila play this season so far, and they kind of caught me off guard on how well they generally played. Vigil here, you know, I never really knew that Feila was the ones that played Vigil well, because normally I associate them losing a lot of Vigil games to SCK during the week games, so, you know, very, props to them, you know?
It's a pretty good start so far, at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Did lose out to Yak's team maybe, but first week, before that, already being a victory by itself. Not a bad look. Again, if you go into this, you know, shuffling as much as they sometimes do every other season or so, it can always be rough. There's an up-and-coming talent here as well, adding to a couple of people that we've seen, of course, before as well. Like XURad, like Yawn, people that have been like they've won before maybe and didn't well for themselves, but Prem is obviously always a much different beast, especially with a new roster too, but looks like maybe Jones' main calling is just time and time again proving pretty effective. That said, still beatable. That needs to, however, be an incredible round from BarbieLand now.
Absolutely, Joan the GOAT carrying the team throughout the game. Will he be able to do it on defense? We'll only have to wait to see as the round commences. Spy tries to get a backstab here on Joan, but manages to shoot him down. That's one less demo for Feila and a main caller missing. This is going to leave BarbieLand just to go full momentum walking in here, and managing to pick down Walker and Brian. This is actually really huge for Team BarbieLand here. This is their huge potential to make a lot of momentum as they're moving up already on the hill. 3 times on cap. They're just trying to catch up to however much they can. Archer coming in for a jump, and an Uber gets used on both sides here. It's going to be exchanged. Buko and Hanjo down already, and I think it's just going to be a forfeit here by BarbieLand. Oh, Grip getting caught, and it's just going to be a first cap. And no aggressive holds. No, a good hold by Feila right there.
It's working out so far, at least. It's gonna buy them a minute. And I mean, hey, if everything lasts about a minute, then they pretty much have this in the back on Feila. That said, it's not momentum out of the cells just yet. They don't have Uber or anything, but they can still see if they can peek anything away. Sniper pick on Scout, not the biggest one, but one step at a time, maybe they can work their way in slowly but surely. Spy going down hurts a lot, though. You need this gun to go down. They're already throwing the damage for that, but it's only trading for numbers right now, but there you go. That's what you like to see. It's sneaking to the heavy at the same time as the DuMmTm walks in. Big cleanup by the Scout as well. And one by one, it's coming together much faster than Feila can afford.
Wow. Are we really going to see them being able to outpace them here? We're just going to have to wait and see as BarbieLand just gets the aggressive hold going on here. They're not going to allow Feila to do anything at all. With the Uber ready at their disposal as well, they do lose grip, so that's one less pyro for BarbieLand's combo to be protected by. They're just standing here passively trying to get some chip damage in, but they will be using the Uber, exchanging the Uber as a matter of fact. Not really much going on. Archer going in for a sack, but getting shot down by the leveled gun. It's just going to be back to the drawing board for BarbieLand.
At least entry dragged on the snapper with him. Spawn times doesn't make that Illy as pretty an exchange as you would like to see on Soldier, but what matters now is that they're still peeking. They want to get in here. Everyone's so weak on Feila, but they're just about coming out on top. Take down Odin, that's a big chunk of damage already off the field that they need to deal here with, but there's more coming as well. Everyone just wants card time. Kanka in with the block as well, while the engineer gets the crits in as well. Sometimes your gun can work out in your favor. Works out this once at the very least. Still, it's 140 left. There's still a good chance to make this happen, but it has to go quick from this point forward. As the 6-off point bombs come in, they want to make this happen right here, right now.
Absolutely. Uber is soon ready as well, so it seems like they're just going to drive push it either way. No patience at all for Team BarbieLand. They want to make this happen as Joan blasts down Odin's, the big heavy target, gets shot down instantly, and it's just going to be back to the drawing board for BarbieLand as they have both Ubers, both sides, ready at each one of their disposal. Uber comes in here from BarbieLand, just trying to spam on the gun. No success from that. Each player is going to shoot. Heavy space program going live as Walker is up in the air. Grip going in, WM1ing as much as he can. Card is going up the hill. Will they be able to get it up the ramp right here as Joan is down, back on the cap yet again? And BarbieLand is just being denied. Very well done by Jan here, just pushing them away. A lot of spam coming in by Walker. 50 seconds left on the clock. BarbieLand is making no progress at all. And Feila is making great impact right here on the third hold. Will they be able to push last here as the cart is being pushed up the hill? Will it be? It is right up there, and it's probably going to be able to cap it successfully. They have 30 seconds left to cap fourth here.
It's a bit of an awkward one. I think they wanted to just hard commit third at this stage, being as far down the time as they are already. Backfired a little bit. Still 20 seconds left for the rest of this. I think even if you stick on card, you can't afford to get blocked off once at this stage anymore. So the objective is pretty clear. It's the basic last hold and throw people on card the second you see them turn the corner, and that's really all they have to do. Sounds easy to accomplish, and it looks like that will be just enough. The Uber's coming around here already. They're trying whatever they can, but the timer is just long already turned against them. They're doing as much damage as is possible. none of it will matter. Feila will win that first round. However, not a bad effort at all. That was obviously a really threatening, like 4-14 time in the end for Feila. Any better on the defense from BarbieLand? This still could very much go either way.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, alright. Either way, we are going live right now, guys. BarbieLand is on the attack. Feila on the defense yet again. Will Jones main call save, not save, but keep Feila going, or will they eventually falter? We'll only have to wait and see. Coming up right here.
Alright, once again, same story as we've seen on the flip side this time around. Feila starts on the defense, and if BarbieLand's momentum was anything to go by, this still is very much all threats up in the air for BarbieLand to still take something out of this match. Gotta get a good time going. Similar momentum as before, just a little less pressure might help them out at this stage of the game, but for first, you'd expect similar here. You still see if snipers by, maybe soldier bombs can get something huge, but for the most part, defensive team on red, holding far back, out of reach for most any danger. Doesn't mean there's nothing that can happen, because if you just time like one play, maybe a scout heavy behind even sometimes, as the medic leaves and catch them unaware, that's maybe all you need to just break second with that once and for all as well. So gotta keep your eyes open right away. And they're already looking for the kills. They'll get at least a soldier on the flank. It's maybe not the biggest kill just yet, but anything that helps you get position and a little less spam on the field going to this next point just makes aggressing forward all that easier.
One less person to be sacking for your medic as well. That is really good for BarbieLand as Agabus gets caught, and the sack wave comes in hot here. Nobody is able to take down Mrs. Layla. Oh, she does get forced though by the penny scatter shots, and that'll actually leave BarbieLand at a huge advantage here. But Feila does not want to allow this as they try to peek and do something about it, but eventually they have to back away and prepare for the big storm coming in here by BarbieLand. Uber is ready on their behalf, and they're just gonna have to wait.
There you go, different approaches by these teams. Feila with the under-Uber, opponents just go in with the sack. They just want Uber gone right away. Works out quite nicely. Now they get in with their own gun, hunt it down right away. Didn't even bother get the spine position to shoot that thing down nice and early. Couple kills on the way there. They're still trying to fight back a little bit. Lost mostly just a flank, but I don't think they have the position to take this back. They're peeking deep as much as they like, though. None of it is really working out so much, and they're losing their life so late, thinking they can recontest this with no ground and already 3 down. I don't want to say it's brave so much as it was maybe just a little stupid to go in there in the end with everything turned against them.
Yeah, Feila on the third hold here, waiting to see what BarbieLand's move is. Barbie with the 50% Uber advantage. Buko going down to the Kanga scatter shot on a 4 kill streak, as a matter of fact. The scouts these seasons have been really good. They've been absolutely popping off, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that as the card is being pushed. Getting some cap time going in live with 50% left to tick for BarbieLand. They are preparing for the next Uber push here.
Let's see what it is. Spy's waiting for the medic to turn. It's Brian getting the kill first. That is still really good news overall, because that's just distraction from everything going on. There's a spy somewhere, there's a sniper in front of them, and they pay attention to anything but the soldier jumping in at that same moment. Beautiful start from Aaron once again. And suddenly, it's not all that pretty actually for Feila. They still lost a lot of people doing that much work up front, and suddenly there's nothing left standing to defend the point with anymore. And BarbieLand can happily trade numbers all they want. Who cares, that's Nuba? We just cap anyway.
Unless Feila has something to say about it, and they just touched the point, scared him away. And it's, oh, Sebastian goes down actually. I didn't catch that, but somehow Sebastian dies. I assume it would be Orange Fear jumping in and just getting Sebastian once again. He can get no rest when Orange Fear is around. 3 minutes 23 seconds on the clock with the 3 points going down so far. Now it's just up for BarbieLand here to start making their next moves as Feila with the 20% Uber advantage.
Still a really good time overall. I mean, if this goes as expected so far, it should be about competitive with the time we've seen previous to this. Interesting, Feila opted to use the Uber there. They could have left with advantage, but I guess they just figured there's too many down. We're not going to get out alive if they chase us all the way. So they just went in, got the medic, and still got out with the end of the charge anyway. Best case scenario on the red team for sure. But still needs to be a little bit better on last to really be able to rest in your laurels a little bit right now. That said, starting off good. Sniper already wins the 1v1. That's a big run right there. Raylan can just watch his counterpart get taken down. They will be very happy about that on that spy class. A little bit less to worry about here with the pick classes out of the equation. Still, some downtime before the Ubers are up hard. Again, BarbieLand can't really wait around too much, right? Time is running, and we've seen how fast Feila can do this. They can't afford to give them more time on the flip side now.
Time is absolutely valuable, and Sammy wants to get to super. I hear the E pressing. I hear the demo yelling medic as loud as he can. They are about to use the Uber here, but not yet. Nice backstab though by Agbis getting Joan. Uber gets used either way. On both sides here, defensive plays by Feila, trying to do however much they can, and you know, they're still kind of standing, but the player advantage is in favor of BarbieLand as they try to go in here, try spamming, but Odin and Sammy and Lon will all be going down, and that's the whole combo dead for BarbieLand, and his level 3 gun still standing for Feila.
Yeah, I thought the whole idea about BarbieLand is that it's supposed to be a perfect place, but it's not looking all that flawless just yet on the side of BarbieLand. This needs a little bit more of improvement right there. It was back to square one, and that already eats away over a minute at this point on this last point. We're getting slowly but surely to comfortably over the 5-minute mark, and it's not getting any better if they can't find a quick push in. Sniper is not going to be the one getting the kills here, nor anyone else much for that, but they're peeking in deep, trading a little bit. Drone down sounds good. Is it good enough? Maybe so. Looking on the flanks for some kills. Spy gets one, Soldier still looking for something. But you really want the medic, right? All these extraneous kills only matter if it's a lot of them. That worked eventually on third, right? Just get so many kills that the medic just kind of has to use eventually all alone or effectively. Gonna be a lot harder as long as the gun is still standing. Working on that one, but could actually make the play happen now that it is down.
Absolutely, the medic is the apple pie you want to eat. Space program going live though, a lot of players flying up in the air, the Pyrospace program, and it doesn't seem like any proper picks will be made, but aggression from BarbieLand being kind of waved down upon as Odin gets mowed down by Walker and Panny being shot down. That is one less scout to be capping the point, and it's just going to be back on the drawing board for BarbieLand here. With their 20% advantage, they could potentially cook up something really cool here as they push the side plays. I forgot to call out, I'm such a bad caster, but either way, Buko going down to the headshot. That's one less sniper for BarbieLand.
Alright, defense still standing after all this time, and I mean, we were talking optimistic about their chances last round, about a quick last push, maybe still doing a pretty competitive time of what their counterparts were doing. Not so much right now. This is looking a whole lot tougher than that, and I mean, where's finally ending for them, right? I mean, the Uber's coming in up now. Later actually a little bit behind, but they still need to shoot through the gun first. And with the Spy not in position, that's just gonna eat more and more time away from what they have left at this point. 6 minutes total left, but you want to wrap this up so much faster. What does it take to make that happen? Gun eventually goes down. Uber's up. I mean, they could just go with this.
They could, but are they gonna do this? We're gonna have to wait and see, because Annie and Agnes are down. But ooh, Uber Force coming in. Sammy going in for the sack wave as Sebastian is all the way in the back. Huge sack wave from BarbieLand, leading it to be a huge potential push here for BarbieLand with their Uber advantage, while Feila is just gonna have to be back on the drawing board here and prepare their next move.
Alright, tough luck still, but with the advantage that's finally getting somewhere, at least, even if it just takes longer, even still at this point, right? So we would like to see this wrapped up quick. This Uber has to do that now. Get the gun, get some space force, everyone back into corner. Everything starts off promising for the time being, but Uber will end eventually. Later, far behind, doesn't actually have yet as well. Decent damage getting hit on the flank there. Ooh, Grip getting in big time. Eventually cleans up like 1, 2, 3 people or something like that already, and that's just enough actually. Big flank from the Pyro. 6k in the end. Grip this life alone cleans it all up, and there you go. That will do it, but 8:23. At this level of play, you can't be too happy about it.
Yeah, and it took them 4 minutes to even push last. You know, they managed to do 4 minutes on first, second, and third, and then just 4 extra minutes on the last push. A bit of a sad thing to see. I mean, you know, it's all too common when watching Vigil last pushes, you know? It's always, you know, you see, I've experienced it myself. You always see a very beast push, and then on last, it's just a stop, you know? Nobody gets to move at all, and that's what we gotta give Feila some props for, you know?
Yeah, make this look a whole lot easier than it was in the first half of the map. That last point, I mean, we talked about the second point being the good hold. It's really second and last, and it's really common to see one team struggle more with 1 point than other teams as well. Some teams are just much better, more comfortable on second. Some teams really don't know how to do last in comparison as well as a defensive hold. It's very funny how that works out sometimes, but that's just how strengths and weaknesses go sometimes, and it definitely does not work out in the favor of BarbieLand so far. Still, I have seen longer times than this. In fact, yesterday's game had longer times than this, at least once or twice, so... I mean, it's still doable in theory, but you need to just have the monster defense, like you said. It needs to be a massive round, and really think you have to play your defense fairly aggressively at this stage of the game, and... I mean, the flank's already trying. In fact, they're actually... Oh no, I didn't realize. We're doing a cringe hold. We're getting desperate.
The cringe hold. We are hoping... They are hoping to do something very off guard, catch them off guard. BarbieLand performing quite a forbidden hold, if you ask me. But will Feila be able to make something out of it? Is my question. They might know how to counter it as Rylan gets a nice backstab on Sammy. That's one less demo. I'm not sure if they have a teleporter accessible to them, but that is actually quite a beast pick. Nice headshot by Buka though, taking down Brian, and now the Uber is coming in, taking down Sebastian, dropping him orange rare, not allowing Sebastian to live at all, and everyone is dead for BarbieLand. But Grip trying to recover something at all, managed to put Layla almost burn her to a crisp, but it seems like the first point will be safe and sound. Why are they not pushing second yet? They are pushing second now. They're moving up, trying to get some stickies down and Shutter. Will someone fall for the sticky trap? No, nobody will, but it's aggressive second hold is coming in hot. Free times on cap. They're just getting a lot of movement here, a lot of time, and you know, BarbieLand is just gonna have to prepare something. They might be coming in from the back here, from the tracks, so they can potentially somehow recover the second hold here.
Sap's already weak, and Heavy's peeking so aggressively. They're taking so much damage trying to passively hold in the back there, but it's just not happening. They're trying to defend it, and it's just falling apart by the seam. That's the cleanup coming through by everyone involved, while they're keeping up the card time. Beautiful stuff by Feila, making this look easy so far. I mean, usually on the first cringe hold, the one forward, the weakness is that it's hard to leave after the Uber fight, but they didn't even get that far. They didn't survive the Uber fight, and they're not living anything else at the end of the day as well. This is looking like a foregone conclusion at this point. I've seen people struggle for like 5 minutes on last before. We're talking about struggling on last for the next 6 at this stage, because who is getting into this third point anymore? They have this one on lockdown.
It's just, I'm completely shocked here. Feila is just beasting, and just, you know, Feila fans are just cheering right now. Probably you are DuMmTm off your seat right now, just jumping and cheering like a little schoolgirl. You know, BarbieLand.
Oh, yeah, I'm a real Feila fan. I'm a true failure.
You're now with BarbieLand chilling on the last point with a third level 3 gun, and Uber's ready for Feila. They might as well just grab this very beautiful bag here and make something out of it. Well, it seems like they're going for a sack, as a matter of fact. Why are they sacking? Are they already eagle playing? Are they throwing the official?
I mean, they're expecting it to be pretty much even Ubers at this point, right? Sap had plenty of time to get the Uber. I guess they were just like expecting to have built a tiny bit better. There was no time for that, I imagine, for Sap the last few seconds being stuck in spawn. So finally the Uber comes up. They anticipated it to be already there. That still means 5.5 minutes from here is plenty time. Quite frankly, Chad, if they somehow lose this on Feila, we are all legally allowed to make fun of the board. That's the rules. I don't make them.
Nice stab by Raylan though, taking down Sammy and getting the force in here by Feila eSports. Is just gonna leave. Forced by Feila eSports is just gonna leave Feila planning their next move here with their 100% Uber Conch, or was it Battalion being called here by Hanjo. This might be huge. It's a soldier's hold. I like to call it that because soldiers can make a really big impact on last point here. And they could just do whatever they damn please, especially with that big Battalion's resistance. Here comes the Uber though from Feila. They will just be taking down Lon's gun. Battalion's popping up here. A lot of resistances for BarbieLand. And cap time coming in. A lot of players dead for Feila. It's just going to have to try to recover however much they can. But BarbieLand just getting the overall top, staying the victors of this current fight. But they haven't won the war yet because there's 4 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock.
It's not quite enough just yet. Most importantly, Sap got out of this one fairly unscathed as well, actually. Going to be a big advantage coming through, unless, you know, another errant tree materializes on top of his head maybe at some point. But as long as the defense is standing, power up, heavy up, gun up, this is all you need to see as a medic to feel at least a little bit more comfortable for the foreseeable future. 4 minutes left. Can just basically try again with the sack if they really want to as well. Gun already going down. No Devilman to do the damage afterwards. That's a lot. But you don't really have time to waste if the enemy is still alive and kicking to build another one, I guess.
Absolutely. Uber ready by BarbieLand, and I think Brian is coming in for a peek here. Sniper v Sniper, Buko wins it either way. Yeah, level 1 gun up right now, and Uber is, I think Phil is just waiting to build up their Uber here and potentially
battalions.
another exchange. And battalions yet again.
100 seconds to the flank, just wants to get rid of the guys on the flank side of this match, but doesn't get the kill set just yet, force him back with no help, it's still worth something here as the exchange comes through, just through the middle, no subtleties about this one, just take it into the other team, and BarbieLand meets them pretty aggressively, doesn't allow them to take much space at the initial stages, but there's the late damage, look at that, heavy weak, solar weak, and Joan is just in all at once. The beast has been unleashed, he goes in and the rest of the team follows suit, and that is just lethal damage on every single player on the field. They might call themselves BarbieLand, but the only Barbie and Ken remain on Feila. Joan and Layla once again making a roster work this season. The real Feila fans always knew this was possible.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at the numbers, they don't lie.
I'm surprised to see Hanjo with 21 kills there. Brian and Walker putting in the work though. It's rare to see a heavy, like, you know, being on the top of the kills.
And he did play fairly aggressive, all things considered as well, I would imagine, so.
Through DPM, we got Joan and Sammy at the top. That's typical because both of them are absolutely cranked at their game, each individual games.
I mean, a class that you can't see the impact of a lot on logs as well. Pyro, Jon played really well, I think.
You can catch us live on this channel yet again, so be sure to follow, be sure to subscribe, and we will be seeing you guys next week. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one, everyone. Bye-bye. Good job.
Quick and easy.
Quick and easy. Good games.